When the Berliet T100N4 rolled out in 1959, it was not simply a truck. It was a mechanical monument, a colossal machine built at a scale so ambitious that even modern heavy equipment seems hesitant beside it. This was the fourth and final member of the legendary T100 family, the ultimate evolution of France's greatest desert giant. It appeared at a moment when the Sahara was becoming the world's newest industrial frontier, and oil exploration demanded machines capable of conquering a landscape that gave up nothing easily. The T100N4 was built not for roads, not even for tracks, but for an environment where heat, sand, and distance crushed ordinary vehicles into dust. It was a machine created to solve problems that had never existed before, and to operate in a world where the ground itself moved like water under enormous weight. Standing before the T100N4 felt like standing beside a moving building. Its length reached 15.30 meters, approximately 50.2 feet. Its width stretched to 4.96 meters, approximately 16.3 feet, and its height rose to 4.43 meters, approximately 14.5 feet. Its empty weight was around 50,000 kilograms, approximately 110,231 pounds, and its fully loaded mass could exceed 101,000 kilograms, approximately 222,667 pounds. The truck was capable of carrying or towing loads of 50 to 60 tons, approximately 110,000 to 132,000 pounds, and in special Sahara operations, even more. Every structural beam, every axle, every plate of steel on the T100N4 was designed to endure stress levels that would tear apart conventional machinery. This was a truck engineered with the strength of a locomotive, but the mobility of an off-road vehicle. At its heart, the T100N4 carried a mechanical titan, a Cummins VTB-12 diesel engine with a displacement of 29.6 liters. With 12 cylinders arranged in a powerful V configuration, this engine produced 700 horsepower and delivered a staggering 2,800 newton-meters of torque, approximately 2,066 pound-feet. The torque curve was designed for low-speed heavy pulling, enabling the T100N4 to haul drilling equipment, giant pipes, and specialized machinery across loose sand and rock. The engine was so large that maintenance teams joked it was big enough to be removed only through the front of the truck, like a mechanical heart transplant. Yet this immense power plant remained surprisingly reliable, even in Saharan temperatures that frequently rose above 50 degrees Celsius, approximately 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The power was fed into a heavy-duty transmission system developed by Clark, equipped with a hydraulic coupling that allowed the T100N4 to start moving smoothly even under a full load. The transmission offered 4 forward gears and 4 reverse gears, and it sent power to all 3 axles in a permanent 6x6 configuration. This layout gave the truck exceptional control over uneven terrain, allowing it to climb dunes, push through deep sand, and maintain steady movement while towing equipment that weighed as much as small buildings. The hydraulic coupling protected the drivetrain from the violent shocks that often destroyed clutches in extreme desert conditions, making the T100N4 one of the most resilient machines ever deployed in oilfield work. One of the most recognizable features of the T100N4 was its enormous wheels. Each tire stood nearly 2 meters tall, approximately 6.5 feet, and more than half a meter wide, designed specifically to keep the truck afloat on soft surfaces. The footprint of these tires was so large that the pressure exerted on the sand was lower than that of a human footstep, allowing the T100N4 to float across dunes in a way that defied its size. Engineers often describe the sensation of watching the truck move as witnessing a steel ship sailing over a golden sea. The sight of it rolling across the Sahara became iconic for oil workers of the era, a symbol of industrial presence in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The T100N4 was also visually different from the earlier T100 models. It received a redesigned panoramic cab that stretched across the full width of the truck like a glass control tower. The driver and crew sat high above the ground with a commanding view of the terrain, surrounded by wide windows that allowed them to track obstacles, equipment, and personnel around the vehicle. This was essential during oil field operations, where the T100N4 often maneuvered close to drilling equipment or hauled giant trailers more than 30 meters long. Inside the cab, conditions were basic but functional, with improved ventilation and insulation to help the crew withstand the desert heat. Everything was built for endurance rather than comfort, yet the cab represented a significant improvement over the earlier models. The truck operated primarily in the Hassi Messaoud oil fields of Algeria, where it became one of the central machines used to transport drill towers, steel pipes, generators, and specialized modular equipment. The T100N4 worked in teams, often paired with multi-wheeled tanker trailers or platform carriers that stretched far behind it like mechanical trains. Many operators recalled that when the T100N4 began to move, the ground vibrated under their feet, and the sound of the massive V12 echoed across the desert like thunder trapped in steel. Its presence reassured workers in remote areas of the Sahara, where distances were measured in days, and support was often hundreds of kilometers away. Although immensely capable, the T100N4 was never mass-produced. It existed at a unique intersection of time, technology, and necessity. The oil industry of the late 1950s required a machine of extraordinary capacity, and Berliet answered with the most ambitious truck ever built. But as drilling technology advanced and logistics strategies changed, the need for such giants gradually disappeared. More flexible modular systems replaced ultra-large single vehicles, and the T100 family faded into legend. Only 4 units were ever constructed, and the T100N4 was the last and most advanced of them. Today, a single preserved example serves as a reminder of an era when engineers dared to build the biggest truck on Earth simply because the job demanded it. Looking at the Berliet T100N4 today, one cannot help but feel awe. Its massive wheels tower above any spectator. Its long chassis stretches farther than many city buses, and its oversized grille gives it the presence of a steel colossus. It represents a philosophy of engineering driven not by limitation but by possibility. It shows what happens when designers are told to create a machine that can survive anything, move anything, and go anywhere. The T100N4 stands as one of the greatest mechanical achievements of its century, a titan of the desert whose story deserves to be remembered. If you enjoy exploring extraordinary machines that push the boundaries of human engineering, make sure to subscribe. Many more giants, innovations, and forgotten legends are waiting to tell their story.